Hello fellow gamers, this is Jason with GXP. Today we are talking Savage Survival, and it's a big day for Apache Kid. I've hit 100 days of consecutively logging in. I'll show you where my tech is, I'll show you where my beasts are, we'll do a deep dive, so here we go. Here we are, and basically what I want to kind of go over is what 100 days in this account looks like. Well, first and foremost, I'm TC 29. And I started my upgrade a little bit ago. I have 14 days, 20 hours left to reach TC 30. I was hoping to be at TC 30 by 100 days, and I was hoping to be at 100 million power by that mark as well. Let's jump into tech. With the technology, I have resources at 100%, territory at 100%, troops at 79, battle at 72, and power of the conquerors at 85. A lot of the technology when you first start out is resources, territory, battle, and troops. I went the route of getting my resources and territory to 100% the fastest I could. Now, inside these territories, you have little stop gaps, which make you upgrade your TC, upgrade your wisdom center or your temple of wisdom. You will see them when you hit them. That requires you to have the upper level buildings, like right here. This one requires the Temple of Wisdom to be level 30. So inside Temple of Wisdom, it will force you to upgrade if you haven't upgraded. Pushing your TC upgrades along with your technology ensures that you are always the strongest you can be technology wise, and there are a ton of buffs in here. So it's important to do that. Now, when I say buffs, I mean skills, and under the double battle axes you have your chief skills. Inside of here you have the ability to, when you unlock them, use them. So some of the ones that are most important are your construction, your quick wit, your resource protection, your swift aid. Those are pretty standard uses. You'll use those quite a bit. So under resources, as you go through them, here's your construction speed up skill. Here's your harvest skill. Here's your resource protection skill. Under your territory, you have your setup barracks, which is good to slow people down if they're trying to attack you. But it's a TC to TC attack. It's no other means. You have your Midas touch. You have your quick wit. Quick wit I like a lot because it cuts 30% off your cool off time periods, which lets you use your skills faster. Now under battle, basically you have your, let's start at the beginning. Battle has a lot of skills regarding your extra squad, your rally capacity, your squad capacity, and your basic behemoth HP, defense, attack. These are the boosts that you see when you have your reports, and they definitely are essential as you build out your ability to combat, be in combat, fight others, even be stronger in attacking monsters. Return immediately. You can use that to bring your troops right back. It's only good for one shot, and then you have a cooldown period. Benediction is important when you go into EOC. Benediction allows you to protect yourself from perished troops. So if you're going to attack somebody, you want to do benediction first. You want to send the troops out, and it will protect any troops that would have perished and convert them into wounded. Now you still have to worry about your healer cap limits, and you will still lose troops if you exceed those, but it protects you much better, and benediction is important in EOC. And then the other parts that I haven't got to in my skills are the duel, and then a battle frenzy. These are basic combat attacks and supports and buffs. So you want to kind of build those out and get to those. Like I said, I'm at 100 days in, and I still don't have those yet. Now under troops, this is where you get the ability to have additional buffs for HP, for damage, for attack. You know, it's troop specific, and these are your legendary skills, which you activate at the end of your troop technology. But capacity is huge. Speed training is huge. That's where you do a lot of these specific troop building technologies. And then you get the Power of Conquerors. Power of Conquerors is an extension of battle and troop training. It definitely helps you become stronger, faster. It does have some skills such as the, let's go to the very beginning and show you. So in the first one, you get your Swift Aid. Swift Aid is important. Like I said, you get 10k of wounded healed immediately. You get your Herbal Bloom. That is important because it's capacity for your healer huts. Detonation. Detonation is when you are in EOC and you are doing rally attacks on banners. It helps you take a certain percentage off of that banner demolition. So the more people that are using detonation, the faster you can destroy an enemy banner. But it does have cooldowns like all of them. More Healer Bloom, Herbal Bloom, which is more healer capacity. Your Decoy, which is kind of fun, doesn't really serve a huge purpose, but you can create a clone of your temple and put it out there so people can attack it, but it doesn't have anything to do with your troops or it doesn't hurt you at all. So it's kind of fun, especially if you have tons of people lined up on a wall or a banner or a building and you're trying to get them to attack it and not you. The Conqueror's Rally is important for EOC because the Conqueror's Rally will take a rally that has people, when it gets full, you kind of have to wait on the timer. So if you have this skill and you have created the rally, you can kick it into gear and don't have to wait on the timer. So you can force your rally to go with the Conqueror's Rally. Outside of that, you have the forced relocation. Forced relocation you can do on yourself or you can do on someone else, which basically kind of kicks them out of the place that they're holding. It's good when someone's got a really big, strong rally and they've created the rally and they're about to send it to attack your banner or attack a building or attack your reinforcements. If you use forced relocation, it kills that rally as it boots them off the map to another place. So that's a good skill. So those are the skills that are important. And those are the skills that Apache Kid has after 100 days. I have everything but the duel, the battle frenzy, and the forced relocation. So technology-wise, I feel pretty good about Apache Kid. Of course, people can get there faster, and there are definitely people that are willing to pay to get stronger, faster, better resources, etc. But I've kind of mitigated. I've spent a little, not a lot, and I've been able to grow pretty fast. As you can see here in the overview of stats, I am 99% of all chiefs. I mean, I'm in the top 1% of power in my state. Building power, troop power, beast power, muse power, glyph power. Glyph power is your technologies, chief relic power, beast relic power. So you can see my beast relic power, my glyphs, and my beasts are where a chunk of my strength comes from. And those, I feel, are pretty easy to get if you're using the skills to maximize your COC and have a very active plan that is doing lots of rallies on the strongest monsters. It helps you get to those levels as fast as possible without spending any money. All right, so let's take a look at my troops. We're gonna go down here to the squad info. All right, I have a total of 605k in troops. I have a total of 5 squads, but 4 that I can pre-configure. Now, one of the things that takes your resources when you're talking squads is food upkeep. I'll just do a quick on that so people can see. Right here, this little up arrow, if you go down here to the reduction of food, it shows you that you can use a 5-day 25% or a 5-day 50% upkeep reduction. That's just one little thing I like to have active that keeps me from using resources unnecessarily. All right, so let's go back to troops real quick. Here we go. Okay, inside my troops, I have, like I said, 605K. This is a snapshot of all of them. So I basically have 126K in T9's mounted riders. I have 83K in T9 warriors, 75 or 77K. You know, you can see them all here. You can see that as soon as I got to TC26, I started creating my T9s. And those are where I have the most amount of troops. Now, I don't have T10 Guardians yet, so I'm still maintaining a high number of T7 Guardians because those are my frontline protectors. I want those to always be in ample quantity for my formations. So let's take a look at formation 1. So formation 1, I'm running a percentage configuration, and I'm trying to run a configuration that is built to get maximum attacks when attacking troops, but not necessarily configured perfectly for my beasts. And what I mean by that is my Gilded Rex is Behemoth, but I don't have any Behemoths in this formation. Behemoths are slow, and Behemoths are not the greatest attackers, and not really. There are special formations for them, but with the Gilded Rex and the Tyrant Tiger and the Great Rex, those three that I've focused on at the levels that I have them, they do very well in attacking. If I focus on killers such as T9 such as T9 mounted archers, Vanguard, T8 Vanguards, or even T9 warriors, they are good killers, and they do well when I protect them with guardians. So that is my first formation. Second formation is a different split of my first formation, which is lower troop count. I have this to be able to send quickly to reinforce banners to lower my GP trading losses and wounded. So it's my go-to for basic use without needing to attack and kill large quantities. That's my formation 2. Formation 3, I'm going to fix this real quick so you can see what I'm going to do. Formation 3, I'm going to set up for killing monsters. Alright, so I want these guys to be fast. So I don't want to use any behemoths. I'm using riders. So I'm going to bring this down. I'm going to bring my rider cap up. I'm going to bring my Vanguard up. And I'm going to bring my Guardians up, and I don't quite fill my squad capacity, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to throw in some warriors. So this means that I'm extremely fast because these are the fastest troop types. Given the rating of these beasts, that way I can quickly do an auto hunt and be fast. Now that's going to be my formation 3. I'm going to save it. Now my formation 4 is the fastest monster killing squad that I have, and basically I've set up mounted archers, warriors, Havaliers, and some guardians. So they're extremely fast and they're strong. So I can take on any level of monster, whether it's in a rally or an auto hunt, and I can be effective. Even if I lose a few troops as I let these things run, this formation right here is fast and strong and gets me exactly what I need for RSS without having to be online. So that's a good formation for me. All right, so now let's talk beasts. So with the COC and me trying to rank 4th or better in every COC, I've been able to perform pretty decent in getting tomes, pretty decent in getting XP, and after 100 days, I'm at a level 90 for my Great Rex, a level 80, a level 80, and you can see the rest, okay? And I feel like I'm strong for not buying power, and I'm sure I can improve them better, but I'm pretty happy with where they're at. Now, if we go and say the Great Rex and we look at the relics, I have bought a few of the side game rewards to help me make this one beast stronger. I have a level 4 for the beast heart, which that was like a $5 purchase to get all of the hearts that I needed to get to level 4. There have been a couple chests that I bought to kind of get a better percentage ratio to get blue relics. So I need one more relic piece to be able to maximize my blue relic set. Okay, let's take a look at what it will look like with the 5-piece. I'll have my 22%, my 5%. That is the maximum buffs you will get from relics for having a complete blue set. So I just need one more. I need that master Wind Greaves to maximize my 5-piece. Let's take a look at my tiger. I'm running a fire set. I'm running earth for my Gilded Rex. I'm running wind. So because I have the fire and the wind mixed, I'm getting a ton of mixed troops, and I want to buff barbarians. So I think going to a fire set on Sabretooth will help my barbarians much better. If I'm going to use the saber for a rider setup, I will switch it to a wind 5-piece. So Panther, I'm running wind. For Kong, you need to run fire. For the bull, I'm running wind. For the Demon Rex, I'm running fire. Wind for the Crystal Rex. So you kind of get the gist of how I'm setting up my relic gear, depending on what the monster skill, what the beast skills are, and what you're really able to get in chests to convert into a 5-piece set. All right, so with that being said, that's 100 days of where I'm at. That's the technology, that's the beast, that's the relics. Oh, last thing I want to show you. So I've been able to get the chief relics up to everything's level 10 or better. And I still have some upgrades, like the level 10s. You need to have the blueprints, and you have to buy those with gems. So make sure you're spending your gems on a day that gives you the best points in your CLC, and make sure you're buying these on that day and then using them on a day where you get to apply them towards the COC. It may be separate days, but knowing that you're going to do that soon, knowing when the COC is, what the task is, you can kind of perform that better and get the maximum benefits. My Odyssey, I'm at a level, let's just double check, I believe it's 454 in my Odyssey. All right. And for my Beast Arena, 133 rank in my division. Really haven't been focusing on this much, but this is important to maximize your mythical arena points or beast points. So that's where Apache Kid is there, and we can look at some rankings. My personal combat, I'm ranked 9th in my alliance at 91 million point power. My kills, I'm ranked 11th at 17 million. EOC's coming soon, so I'm focused on getting my TC 30 done. I will focus on my skills, my construction skill, my quick skill to get that done, and I will speed up as much as I can when the COCs align. Basically, the COCs have to align for me to get the maximum benefit. I've said it a couple times. It's very, very, very important. I'm really not competing for top 4, which means I'm hurting myself in getting my tomes and gems, but I've got my chest here, and that's the best I can do, so I'm not spending any more today. All right, guys, that is the rundown of 100 days and what Apache Kid looks like after 100 days. I hope that technology review, beast review, relic review works, and we'll talk later. Have a great day.